Okay, so for our next example of solving for y, we have 4x minus 3y divided all over 2 equal to negative 7. So the first thing we really want to do for this problem is we really don't like that over 2. I mean, that's just craziness. Who likes a fraction in a problem like this? So remember, we can always use our opposites to get rid of things. So in this case, instead of thinking of this as a fraction, think of it as division. So we're dividing by 2. Well, if we're dividing by 2, then to get rid of 2, we could just multiply, since division and multiplication are opposite of each other. That's exactly what we're going to do for this problem. We are going to come over here and we are going to multiply both sides of our equation by 2. And again, remember, this is an equation, so whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Now, the cool thing that happens is on the left-hand side, where we've multiplied by 2 and we've divided by 2, they actually cancel each other out, which is why we did it, so that we get rid of that ugly fraction. So now on the left hand side, we just have 4x minus 3y equal to negative 14. Well, that's a lot nicer to deal with, and we don't have all the craziness going on there. So we're really back to the same problem we just got finished doing for example 1. We have 4x minus 3y equal to negative 14. Again, we're solving for y, so that means addition and subtraction move first. So we need to move the 4x. So there's a positive 4x or a plus 4x here. So we're going to use a minus 4x to get rid of it. And again, I always like to kind of stick my 4x out to the side because I don't want to mistakenly add the 4x and the 14 together, because they are not like terms. I cannot combine them down to simplify them. So this is going to end up being a negative 3y equal to negative 4x minus 14. And again, if you don't want to put the 4x first, you want to put it second, it really doesn't matter. As long as both the 4x and the 14 are both in the problems, they are both negative at this point. So now we're on to the last thing. We're almost got y by itself. We just need to get rid of that negative 3. It is multiplied, so the opposite is division. Again, we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. And our negative 3 in front of our y goes away. So we're going to have y equals. Now, notice that 14, 4, and 3 really don't have any number in common. I mean, 14 and 4 are both divisible by 2, but 3 is not divisible by 2. So there's really not anything we can do to reduce the numbers themselves. But look at all 3 numbers. They all happen to be negative. So we could do a negative divided by a negative, which is actually a positive. So because all 3 of these numbers are negative, we can go through and go ahead and change everybody's sign to a positive, since 2 negatives when we are multiplying or dividing creates a positive number. It's not necessary that you have to do this, it just makes it a little easier to work with later on. So this would end up being 4x plus 14 all divided by 3.